Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour the wine. No, fill it to the top. You are not going to believe what I was thinking about on the drive over here. You know I've been married to Patrick for 11 years now, right? We are solid. I love his family, they love me. But do you remember, oh God, please tell me you remember, the very first time I met his parents? Stop laughing. You know exactly where this is going. But listen, I don't think I've ever told you the full, agonizing details of how bad it actually was. I need you to understand the level of humiliation I survived. Honestly, I should get a medal. Okay, take your mind back to 2013. I was a baby. I'd only been in Ireland for 2 years. My English was functional, but my vocabulary was very much survival mode. So Patrick and I had just started dating. And then he drops the bomb. My parents want you to come for Sunday lunch. Girl, I almost threw up. Sunday lunch in Ireland is a religious experience. It's an interrogation with gravy. And I knew that being the Brazilian girlfriend came with baggage. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be the sophisticated, intelligent, charming international woman of mystery. We get to the house, and it's this lovely, traditional place. The smell of roast beef is hitting me in the face, and my stomach is doing backflips. We walk in, and there they are. The dad, stern but kind. The mom, sweet and bustling. And Patrick's siblings, it's a full house. We sit down at the table. I'm stiff as a board, trying not to use the wrong fork. And for the first 20 minutes, girl, I was nailing it. I was charming. I was answering questions. I thought, okay, I've got this. They like me. I'm in. Big mistake. Never get comfortable. I was at Sunday lunch meeting my Irish boyfriend's parents for the first time, and I thought I was crushing it. Big mistake. Never get comfortable. We're eating the roast, which was delicious, by the way, even though I was too terrified to taste it, and the conversation shifts to families. The classic get-to-know-you stuff. How many brothers and sisters do you have? The mom asks. 2, I say. Easy, nailed it. And your father, what does he do? The dad asks. He's an engineer, I say. Boom. Respectable. Impressive. And then comes the question that ruined my life. One of them looks at me with genuine interest and asks, and what about your mother? What does she do for a living? Now pause. You know my mom. She's the most wholesome, artistic, crafty woman on the planet. She makes scrapbooks. She paints beautiful wooden boxes. She does decoupage. She is an artisan. In Portuguese, when someone asks what she does, I would casually say, Ela trabalha com as mãos. Translate that literally. Right now. She works with her hands. So my brain, my traitorous, bilingual, sabotage-loving brain, latches onto that Portuguese phrase. It does a split-second Google Translate error in my head. I didn't know the word artisan was the specific term I needed. I just wanted to say she works with her hands making beautiful things. So I put down my fork. I smile the sweetest, most innocent, proud daughter smile you have ever seen. I look around the table at my boyfriend's conservative, Catholic Irish family, and I say, with crystal clear diction, "Oh, she does hand jobs." Time stopped. I just told my conservative Irish in-laws that my mother does hand jobs instead of handicrafts. Time stopped. I'm not being dramatic. The clocks on the wall stopped ticking. The air left the room. For 1 second, there was absolute silence. And in that second, I was still smiling. I didn't know. I thought I had said, she makes handmade crafts. I was waiting for them to say, oh, how lovely, is she talented? But that is not what happened. The reaction was instantaneous and explosive. Patrick's dad and his brother, they didn't just laugh, they erupted. It was like a grenade went off. The dad choked on his potato. The brother slammed his hand on the table, face turning purple, tears streaming down his face. They were howling. Uncontrollable, hyena-level laughter. I froze. My smile faltered. I looked at Patrick. Patrick was in agony. He was biting his lips so hard it was turning white, trying to hold it in but failing miserably. And that's when it hit me. My brain finally rebooted. It replayed the sentence. She does hand jobs. Hand jobs. Oh my God. Girl, I felt the blood drain from my head. I realized I had just told my potential future in-laws that my mother, my saint of a mother back in Brazil, was a professional provider of manual stimulation for men, that she was jerking guys off for a paycheck. I wanted a sinkhole to swallow the house. I literally felt tears pricking my eyes. I couldn't even speak to correct myself. I was just sitting there, burning red, while the men at the table were literally dying of laughter. I was sitting there dying of shame because I told my boyfriend's family my mom does hand jobs. But here is where the tea gets sweet. Bless the women. Mary, the mom, and the sister were not laughing. They were horrified for me. Patrick finally managed to stop wheezing long enough to save me. He gasped out, She means she's an artisan, she makes crafts." The dad and brother were still losing it. "Hand jobs," the brother wheezed. "That pays better than scrapbooking." But my mother-in-law slammed her hand down. She went into full mama bear mode. She glared at her husband and snapped, "Stop it, both of you. It is a translation error and it is not funny. Look at the poor girl." They defended me so hard. I managed to squeak out a thank you, but I wanted to die. The rest of the lunch was a blur. Fast forward. We've been together 12 years. But girl, you better believe this story is the ghost that haunts every family gathering. It has become the official Christmas tradition. Every year the brother asks, "So how's your mom's business going? Business still?" "Firm." And the whole table explodes. Even I laugh now. It's the legendary hand jobs incident. But the biggest secret, my mother does not know. I have never told her. She thinks they are the most polite, proper people. If she knew they were laughing about her hand jobs, she would die from Catholic shame. So the story lives with us, but it stops at the Brazilian border. That was my introduction to the family, and somehow Patrick still proposed. Now top off my wine. And if you ever meet my mother and you so much as smirk, I will end you.